What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all having a great day. And if you're new to the channel too and want to hit the subscribe button, that would help me out immensely. Quick merch plug before we begin. Aim high, drive low, angel numbers drop has dropped, and I am down to very low stock. I believe I have about 13 or 12 more shirts left, ranging from sizes large to extra large. So link in the description below if you want to cop some Aim High, Drive Low merch, and also new drop happening soon. Well, what's up, everybody? I hope you've been well. It's been another 2.5 weeks since I put out a video, but as I'm filming this, it is currently June 14th, and I just want to say time has definitely gone by fast this year. We are almost halfway done with 2023, and I hope you all have been working hard, achieving all your goals, buying your dream car, buying your dream house, or your dream anything. I know you all work hard. I wish you nothing but the absolute best. Just like I just mentioned, it's currently June 14th, and in the next couple of weeks, June 24th or June 26th, it is the 1-year anniversary since I purchased my 1997 JZX100 Mark II Tour V from auctions. Just want to give a huge shout out again to Midori Works Japan for helping me purchase another one of my dream cars. So in celebration to our soon-to-be 1-year anniversary with the Mark II, we are going to do something special, and that is the progress we made so far and things I like and don't like about my JZX100 Mark II. Going to put myself on the spot. I cannot wait. I have a list of stuff already that I like and don't like, and we'll slowly just go over the progress of what we've currently done to the car. When I bought the Mark II, it was not in the greatest of shape. I did not know entirely what I was getting myself into. Just essentially bought the vehicle off of photos and videos Midori Works Japan sent me. Overall, a solid car. It is a Toyota. It does have a 1JZ GTE in it. God's motor, it's been super reliable. But again, this car is a 97. God knows how long it's been sitting at auctions, and for this channel, and me personally, I wanted to bring this car back to life. A brief summary on what we did so far to the Mark II in the year I've owned it. Starting with the engine bay. Going ahead with the 1JZ GTE, we did an OEM upgrade on the rock cover gaskets, replaced the spark plugs with iridium, upgraded the wires with the OEM wires. I deleted the oil catch can that originally came on the Mark II. Didn't really serve too much purpose on a stock motor. We did an OEM timing job, water pump, belt, and then all the idler pulleys. Upgraded the alternator to a OEM Toyota LS430, produces 140 amps. Went ahead and upgraded the battery to an Optima yellow top. Upgraded the cooling system with a Gredi aluminum radiator, Gredi upper and lower silicone hoses, and a SARD low temp thermostat. We then upgraded the exhaust system. We overhauled the turbo with new OEM turbo gaskets, new OEM O2 sensor. We did a Kurtz JZ Customs downpipe. Goes from a 4.5 inch to a 4 inch to a 3.5 inch. Back to a Tomei titanium exhaust. We then overhauled the entire brake system with full Project Mu rotors, pads, steel braided lines, front and rear. We overhauled the fluid to Motul.4. I believe I'm running RBF 660 or 600. We upgraded the coilovers because they were blown to custom BC Racing coilovers with Swift springs. I'm running 16K up front and I'm running 18K up front and 16K in the rear. The Mark II, I swear by it, rides like a dream. Up front, we're running a bolt-on angle kit from Serial 9. We are running their AK-49 drop knuckles with their extended lower arms. Gives you a good amount of negative camber and also push the wheel forward in terms of caster. In the rear, we have almost the whole Serial 9 catalog and arms, lower, traction, tow. In the last video you saw that we upgraded the bushings to solid suffering bushings and solid differential bushings. And a quick update on that with the solid Subframe and diff bushings, Mark II is super predictable, rides like a dream, very structurally rigid in the rear. Like all I feel now is the rear end. The only downside, if you want to call it a downside, is the stiffness. If you're not too comfortable with a harsh, aggressive ride, and also my diff is super noisy, gives me some cool F1 noises, but shifts smoother and just rides significantly better. In terms of the interior, we honestly didn't do too much, but I shit you not, rip the entire interior out, dash, carpet and all, and just steam cleaned, vacuumed, got inside all the vents and just super deep clean the car. In terms of modifications we did, then we got the Broadway, the Lucky Charm my brother got me from Japan, the Seiko dash mat, we got the Vertex Hell's Racing steering wheel from my old Prelude, and that's pretty much it. Oh no, we upgraded the sound system to a Sony double din. This thing is amazing. Ripped out all of the old navigation wire and rewired my amp. And we also gave the Mark II an intensive stage 2 paint correction and ceramic coating. Literally brought this paint back to life. It was super dull when I got it, now it's just super shiny. If you haven't noticed already, it is two-tone. The upper portion is a beautiful pearl white, and then the bottom is like this beige gray. Oh yeah, also we upgraded the tires, or replaced the tires with some Kumo Exta PS31s. These things are a great tire. Instead of a 45, I wish I would have went to a 40 sidewall, but this is a daily and I don't need to be crazy low at the moment. So it may not seem like we've done a lot to the Mark II, but we've done a lot to the Mark II. We've literally touched, again, the brake system, the cooling system, the motor, the interior, the exterior, the suspension. We have so much more we're going to do with the Mark II. We're going to make this another OD build like I did my Skyline, because at this point, can't turn back now. So that is a brief summary, and couldn't be any more happy with the progress I've made and the feedback I've gotten so far on the Mark II. And I like making these DIY videos because these cars are now eligible for import, and I just want to help the community out to the best of my abilities. So all my videos, I have DIYs on most of the stuff I've done, and also feel free to hit up the Facebook forums. That's where I found most of my information. And now, starting the video with the things that I like about my JZX100 Mark II. Starting off with number one, I love how inexpensive I got the Mark II. And in this channel, I'm very transparent with cost of the product, the shipping, the time it took, and the ease or the difficulty of installation. So to get this car from Japan, shipped, documented into my garage, Japan to my garage, ran me a little over $13,000. So I want to say I won the Mark II at auction for around $9.95, maybe $10,000. Shipping on Midori Works part, probably $1,000, and then my broker fee ran me about $1,200. So I would say for the car that I got before I modified it and the condition it was in, definitely very fair. I would honestly, definitely very good. I'm currently about $24,500 or $25,000 now into the Mark II, and we're only going up from here. But $13,000 for a X100 Mark II Tour V, granted it is an auto, I think I made up pretty well. I definitely could have spent the extra $6,000, $7,000 to get this thing already equipped with the R154, but by the time I swap this car to an R154, I'm still gonna be under market value from if I initially bought it. Another thing I like about my X100 Mark II is the 1JZ GTE, or just the 1JZ GTE in general. Very reliable Toyota motor, very well balanced. If you didn't know, this motor was balanced at Yamaha, which is awesome to have a motor of said caliber, be super quiet, very reliable, opposed to sound deadening the ever-living shit out of your interior, opposed to what you get from like Mercedes, BMWs, just European cars in general. This motor itself is very quiet. I love the throttle response, the smoothness the motor offers, and also the response to the stock turbo setup. Can't beat it. And that's why I would say the 1JZ GTE is God's motor in terms of reliability. In terms of sound, I still prefer my RBs over the 1JZ. Another thing I like about my Mark II is the upgraded suspension components I put on it. Even though I am running custom coilovers with high spring rates and 80% of the Serial 9 catalog, for how aggressive and harsh the ride quality is now with solid bushings, the Mark II is very responsive steering wise. The rear end is very predictable, and on smooth roads, this thing feels like rails on clouds. You can't beat it. I would say I choose my Mark II suspension over my Skyline suspension. My Skyline's all solid bushings, solid everything. You know, the Mark II, it's just a better chassis, I would say. In general, the technology is much more advanced, and my Mark II just feels way more structurally rigid opposed to my Nissan Skyline. And one last thing about what I like about my Mark II is how cozy the interior is stock. The seats are very comfortable. Granted, this Mark II, again, is automatic. I don't have to worry about much, so it makes the ride experience more cozy. Inside the cabin stock form, it is very quiet. I have a nice lean. I'm comfortable. My sound system is upgraded, so it's perfect, like the perfect daily in my opinion. Definitely gonna upgrade the floor mats and the seats once I get the Skyline back, but overall, incredibly happy with its stock form. And now the things I really do not like about my current JZX100. Coming in at number 1, the automatic transmission. This thing is super sluggish when shifting from first to second gear. I was told on the auto ECUs, first and second gear have less timing, so there's not a lot of power. And just having a right-hand drive turboed car, or just a turbo car in general with an automatic transmission, is not it. It really isn't it, even though these transmissions are made from Asian, super solid auto trans. But for me, I just cannot deal with the sluggishness from it. Coming in at number 2, the exterior. Even though I did a very intensive 2-stage paint correction and ceramic coat on my Mark II, the interior is not perfect. I'm not a huge fan of the two-tone. Me personally, I'd rather this car be all one color, pearl white. The passenger side front guard has this gnarly dent in it. I'm not too sure how that happened. My bumper bracket up here is broken, scratched up. The lip is cracked and has definitely seen better days. My side lamps are cracked from its time in Japan. There are bits of clear coat fading, torn off, as you can see there. There's like this big old scratch on the roof, if you can see it. The rear pillars, there you go, aren't it. The wheels, not my first choice, but they work. They're chipping pretty badly. We got scratches, more dents. Side skirts are, well, they're not honestly in bad shape, but on the bottom of them, they're cracked, almost barely hanging on. The silver trim that used to be here is all torn up. Not a fan of that, as you can see. And there are some like weird dents too, if you can see that on camera. I don't think you can see it pretty well on camera, but my front windshield is incredibly scratched up from the old windshield wiper blades being old and brittle and just scratching the ever-living hell out of the windshield. At nighttime, it is the absolute worst, so I'm currently resourcing or sourcing out a front windshield. If any of you have any connections, let me know in the description below or comments below. Also, my Series 1 dash is ripping up. isn't the most ideal, but I know this is a common issue on Series 1s. Definitely gonna have to swap that out for a Series 2. And lastly, the one thing I actually dislike the most about my Mark II is the burning oil my 1JZ produces. I know it's a common issue for the 1JZ GTE VVTIs, or just the 1JZs in general. Their valve seals aren't the strongest from factory, and I want to say mine are obviously old, so when I'm driving and if I drive the car too hard, I get that burning oil sensation. And also my upper oil pan is leaking, and the only way to really fix that is to drop the front subframe or pull the front motor and reseal it, which I do have plans to do that once the Scion comes back. But like I mentioned, when I get on the Mark II or when I drive it for a long time and it gets hot, it starts smelling like burning oil. Even though the dislikes outweigh the likes, the Mark II is overall a very reliable and solid chassis in my opinion. I emphasize this a lot. When I get my Skyline back, we're going to full send the Mark II again. I'm not too sure when the Skyline's coming back, but it'll hopefully be before fall. And once everything checks out, we're going balls to wall again on the Mark II. Respray, VN kit, Ganadors, wheels, R154 swap. We're gonna pull the 1JZ, do a head job on it, new valve stem seals, pull the upper oil pan, get that all nice and resealed. And at that point, I'm gonna upgrade the turbo to a G30 future fab, top mount manifold. We'll do all the custom piping. And from then, standalone Haltech Elite 2000, get it tuned. Injectors, 1000cc, it's gonna go D-Tworks like we normally do. And that's pretty much it. If I didn't mention it already, R154 swap, of course, with all OEM Toyota components. Get it tuned by my boy Evan, and this car should make easily 450 to 500 horsepower. I'm incredibly stoked. Might take like 6 to 8 more months to complete it all, but the finished product is going to be amazing. I cannot wait. Well then again, if I'm ordering the BN Sports Kit, it's gonna take a good 9 to 11 months like my BN Sports Kit. The Skyline took a good 11 months, but it was definitely worth the wait. But if I was gonna do anything first, it would be the transmission and engine reseal. So I cannot wait, stay tuned for that. Gonna update you guys as soon as I know when the Skyline is coming back. I'm hoping by the end of summer or before fall, maybe August, September-ish. Who knows, cross my fingers as everything works out. But other than that guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. We've made a lot of progress on the Mark II, and I'm incredibly grateful for such a great daily driver. And also, another thing I like too is how cold the AC blows in this thing. It is amazing. And also the ball cooler. For those of you who have older Toyotas know what I'm talking about. But thank you again everybody, again, for your continuous love and support. And if you're new to the channel too and want to hit the subscribe button, that would be awesome. And remember, aim high, drive low. We'll catch you next video. Take care.